So, and we also have the option to do extempore. Do you know what extempore is?
No.
No.
Can you explain?
So, in
Extempore.
yeah, extempore, what we do is we try and I give you a topic, okay? So usually what happens is I ask you a question and you give me an answer, ideally. In an extempore, what will happen is I'll just give you a topic and you can talk about whatever comes to your mind when you hear that topic, okay?
Hmm.
And you'll have to
Okay.
consistently talk for around 1.5, 2 minutes. I will not be interrupting you. It's like a short,
Sure.
on the spot sort of a speech that you'll give.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
So let's try that out. I feel that's a good practice for fluency. Okay, so you have the
Okay.
option of two topics. Okay, the first one is
Okay.
tricky. The first one is tricky situations often have simple solutions, and the second one is
Okay.
banking frauds. Which
Okay.
one would you? Yeah.
Yeah, we will go with banking fraud.
Okay, lovely. You can start whenever you're ready.
Sure. And nowadays, we are seeing many banking frauds on newspaper, on TV channels, whenever we discuss with friends, and one of our friends also raising that they faced a banking frauds, and like if we take an example recently, uh, I I read that in a newspaper, that is someone called to the person, like we are calling from so-called bank, any bank, and we are offering you loan, um,
Mhm.
and you are eligible for a 5 lakhs amount, and you just tell us your bank account details and your Aadhaar card, all those numbers. They asked him, and
Mhm.
initially, he rejected that. I don't need any loan, and I don't apply anywhere. I'm not interested in that. First,
Mhm.
initially, he said to him like that, but later, he convinced him. We are calling from those trusted bank, and we are here to uh, help you to fulfill your economical goals and all those things. So we are providing. They are telling very less amount. If they will tell 50 lakhs, 1 crore, many of the people not believe them. That much loan they may not give. It's fraud. They will think like it's a fraud. So they are what we call, they are telling very limited amount, means 5 lakhs.
Yes.
5 lakhs, it's a limited amount. So okay, they may give to us like that. People will think like that happened in that. Incident, and they called him. So he initially he didn't believe them. Later,
Mhm.
by the conversation going on, he believed him, and later he told his bank account details and all those things. And while the conversion going on, and by the conversion going on, one by one, of he told him his OTP also.
Mhm.
OTP number.
Mhm.
So initially he has, I think, around 1 lakh plus amount he has in his bank account. But
Mhm.
after the call, after the call was over, the message came to his inbox, and in that message, some amount transferred from your account. He shocked, initially he shocked, and he approached his mother branch. And when he went to the bank, and the bankers said him, we didn't call you, and actually bankers didn't ask you the your account number and OTP details. A bank never asked you that details, and it's sure you are frauded by someone. The
Mhm.
bankers said,
Mhm.
and that thing happened in that incident. Those nowadays we are seeing like this many banking frauds we are seeing on the society. So
Okay.
later he went to the police station, and he gave a complaint on that, and the police persons took that complaint, and they are working on that. Those are the
Okay.
incidents, banking frauds we are nowadays those banking frauds are very common.
Hmm.
If we if we take 10 people as a group, in that group everyone one person getting call from the unknown person, unknown, what we call unknown persons who going to be fraud.
Hmm.
That's
Perfect. You spoke really, really well, Naveen. I quite enjoyed all the points that you had to make. You were not repetitive at all. You gave a good conclusion. All in all, you spoke genuinely really well. Here are a few suggestions that I have for you. Okay. Um, these days, the banking calls are becoming more and more realistic. Realistic is a word you could have used there. Okay, you were telling me
sure.
how they ask for a smaller amount because it's more believable. Believable, another word. Okay, you're easily able to believe it. Okay, another word is convincing. So they sounded
Convincing.
very convincing. Or that person did not get convinced at the onset, but later on he got convinced and then he gave out his details, right? So convincing, another word you could have used, right?
Okay.
And I don't think we have a word in the English language called frauded. So you can say an act of fraud was
Fraud.
committed,
That's it.
okay, or somebody, yeah, okay, or somebody, you know, committed an act of fraud, or they did, or
Sure.
they have, yeah, or they have, they manipulated you in a way. There's another word for this, people calling and picking out details from you. It's called voice phishing. Okay.
Voice phishing.
Yes, voice phishing.
Okay.
So
Voice phishing. Okay.
yeah, they call you, and sometimes they even change their voice. Like they
Mm.
have like things, they have software which changes the voice of the person. So it gets very difficult to identify the person even with the voice, right? So that's voice
Mm.
phishing. And yes, it has grown incrementally. In fact, if not a 1 in 10 person being befooled by it, at least 1 in 10 person has gotten calls. You're very right. Like I know people in my close circle have gotten a call
Yes.
like that. So yeah, it's very scary and it's very difficult to trust. People at the same time.